Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Z Frequency. I'm Andy Z. Okay, so today we've got there's one big thing going on today that I want to talk about that I've gotten a read into, and there's also a lot of catch up on some past things that past shows. More things have come up, so I want to be sure that I cover all of it so that I don't forget, basically. So this might be a longer one, but I do think these things are important. Okay, so first things first, the newest news, and I'm laughing because, well, first of all, it's great. I would love for these people to pay. Okay, that's the end of the story on that. But I did a read on this because it feels like not a big deal to me, and so I went and took a look, and what it felt like to me was Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. I don't want to say Prince Windsor because he's been, or Prince Andrew because he's been rightfully bucked from his title, but it feels like things are going to plan, is what it feels like to me. He's not worried. He's not panicked. He felt very casual. So, yeah, I don't think, I think this is going to be a distraction. So, a distraction and nothing to come of it. So I hope I'm wrong, as always. I always hope I'm wrong with these things. But he feels like everything's going to plan. When I looked at him, his body language was very relaxed, and yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything very impressive coming from this. However, I really hope that they are starting to pay. I don't know that that's the case. Anyway, okay. So next thing, that's my current event for the day. So don't get too wrapped up in the whole Mountbatten Windsor thing. I feel like it's part of the plan. It's got to be a distraction. So now my next thing that I want to kind of go to, we'll take a look at this now. Okay, so this is Ryan Bledsoe apparently has shared an image of the lady. You guys, this looks like bullshit. Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, the lady looks like she should be like crocheting and making chicken pot pie. This doesn't look like a Nordic benevolent force of nature. This looks like it's a spirit. It looks like it's a regular spirit, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but this isn't Hathor, I can tell you that. Yeah, yeah, this is not. This is ridiculous. So let's stop listening to the Bledsoes. Okay, next. This is a video of, I can't remember which one of these Trump kids it is, but let me just watch it. Let's put it on.
Q. You'll never know, folks. I'm not sure. Or maybe I know and I just can't tell you. Who do you guys think it is, out of curiosity? No. Salty cracker for press secretary? Q is Trump? I don't know.
You guys, even the Trumps think Q is bullshit. I mean, quit pretending like Trump is Q plus, Trump doesn't give a flying F. Okay. Trump wants a paycheck. Trump wants a paycheck. That's all Trump wants. Trump he doesn't give a flying F about spirituality. He doesn't care about anything other than enriching himself and his family. And that's okay. This is what 3D is. This is what it is. And he's trying to gain security for himself. We are so conditioned, struggling, that the only way for some people to feel secure is to procure money. So he's not Q. Q's a psyop. So in the same vein, I'm going to add another one. This is a video of Trump and one of those Paul brothers. I don't know which one it is, but let's take a look at this.
Yeah, UFOs, UAPs.
I know.
The disclosure we've seen in Congress recently. It's confusing and upsetting a lot of Americans because there's something happening. There are unidentified aerial phenomena in the sky. We don't know what they are. Do you?
So it's such a question I do get a lot, and it's such an interesting question. I've met with pilots that look just like you, actually. Okay, they have more of a crew cut. Okay, they look like him and they look like you. Some of them look like you,
A little fatter.
but these are perfect people.
Okay.
And they're not
crazy.
conspiratorial. They're not crazy.
Yeah.
And they tell me stories that they've seen things that you wouldn't believe. These are not people that you would say, gee,
No way.
oh, that's
No way.
okay.
President of the United States.
But
I said, was your
Who
phone
is it?
silent?
That's Joe Biden wanting to do an interview. So I've met with pilots like beautiful Tom Cruise, but taller.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to pause this for a second because he keeps talking about the way that they look, which to me, I think he's saying that he has probably met with Nordics. I think he probably has met with Nordics. But let me finish the rest of this because it's not like, well, we'll just finish it.
Okay? Yeah. Handsome, perfect people. Sir, there was something there that was round in form and going like 4 times faster than my super jet fighter plane. And I look at these guys and they really mean it.
Yeah.
And am I a believer? No, I can't say I am. But I have met with people that are serious people that say there's some really strange things that they see flying around out there. And, if you go to Nevada and you look at that little section of where they go to look at the aliens, where they think all the aliens are landing, that, it's I think it's maybe the number 1 tourist attraction in the United States.
Roswell?
Okay. So let's just make a note of this right here. I feel like he's maybe met with Nordics, which is cool. I mean, that's cool. He keeps talking about how they look. They look beautiful. That guy, one of the Paul son's brother, I don't know, is blonde. So I think he's probably met with them. I don't think he gives a fuck. I really just don't. I don't think he cares. And I think we all have to pretend like we have to stop pretending that he's on this track. When you hear these things online where his daughter-in-law is saying, oh, I think he's got a speech. That's a psyop. That's a psyop. He does not care. He doesn't care. He'll probably pull the alien ET thing out of his back pocket when he really needs it. It'll be a distraction. But he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He wants to enrich himself and make sure his family's safe. That's all there is to it. He doesn't care. You've heard him say it. Like, he doesn't. It's not anything that he is interested in. He's interested in business. That's what it is. So we all have to stop creating these narratives like Q and Nasara, Jasara. These narratives are only distracting you. They're just distracting you, and there's nothing else. What does it do for you? It doesn't do anything. It makes you think that there's somebody else doing the work, and there's not. It's you. It has to be you. So I just want to be really clear about this stuff. Like, I think obviously there are extraterrestrials. We all know this already. Why does it make a difference if the president says it? It really shouldn't. And it sounds like he's already met him and doesn't give a flying fuck. So quit acting like he's our savior. Nobody is our savior. You are your own savior. That's what it has to be. So I just want to be very clear on that. We have to stop believing in all of this bullshit. It all has to come from us. We have to do it ourselves. You are responsible for your own life and your own reality. That's always been the truth, and it always will be the truth. Okay. Sorry. I just have a lot of feelings today. Now, this one is in regard to the video I had of the lady that was being controlled. She's a senator, congressperson, I don't know. But she had the lady behind her whispering the word or mouthing the words with her. And Dr. Andrea Martin kind of fully expounded on what was going on there, which I appreciated, which was really great. So, and I posted that on my page. So feel free to take a look and watch that whole video, because Andrea has been through this. Andrea has been forced to be the circuit. So she knows exactly what's going on. But what she said was the circuit was getting V2K, which means voice to skull technology. So what was happening was the CIA or some kind of group, it doesn't really matter. It could be military, it could be anybody. It's somebody in the government that's unsavory, was V2King, which was the beam that I saw going into her crown. So I want to show kind of what this is so people understand what the V2K thing is. So I'm going to play this little video right here.
Hear this. It's going to, I haven't turned it on yet. When I do, it's going to blast out a 65 kilohertz beam. Because the wavelength is so small, it doesn't spread. Because 65 kilohertz has a wavelength like that.
So it's going to be, in that sense, similar to a laser. It just comes right out as a beam.
Now, how do we make that audible? Well, they put a modulation on top of the 65 kilohertz. There's a modulation. And now, here's the next thing I have to tell you. That 65 kilohertz is very high amplitude. It won't hurt you, we don't think. Okay? You certainly can't hear it, and we don't think it'll hurt you. And it's very high amplitude. And what happens when you have two sound waves like this, sound plus sound can create sound, but only at high amplitudes. At low amplitudes, sound waves just travel right through each other. You may be sort of familiar with this. But at high amplitude, you can create sound. So what happens in this apparatus is the audio sound, the sound that you're going to hear, is actually created in the beam, not here.
And because it's created in the beam and it stays in the beam, we have a beam of sound.
So let me demonstrate this for you. Let me turn it on. And I'm going to find the piece of music that we like.
Yeah.
You may not like it.
The Eagles? You like the Eagles? Okay, good. Oh, we have a friendly audience this year.
Yeah. I think they're just saying it to make us feel better.
Right. All right.
It's worth the $2,000. It's not our money. Now, the sound that you're hearing is being created in this beam. It almost sounds like it's coming from your head. So let me try to scan the whole audience here so everybody gets to hear this. Absolutely remarkable. Pete, are you getting it? Let's try to, one more thing. Let's try to bounce it off the wall. Raise your hand if you can very clearly hear it. I'm going to try to bounce it off the wall. Look at where the hands are raised.
Okay. So, obviously, this is a rudimentary device that this guy has used, and he can do it in the classroom pretty easily. So imagine if we have hundreds and hundreds of years of technology that we're actually ahead than we think we are, at least the military is. Imagine what they can do with a satellite and to our heads. So this is what Dr. Martin was talking about in her video, this was the beam that I saw, because I'm sure it comes differently than just in that, that speaker that he was holding. I'm sure they've got a much more clever way to do that from a satellite is what I would assume. And I think probably there's chips and stuff that they put in people's heads that helps centralize the signal. But anyway, that's what it is. And how do we know? Well, at least I don't think I've ever had V2K, but I think, and I would have to ask Dr. Martin about this. I wonder, Andrea, if you watch, would you mind commenting? But for me, telepathy comes in the back of my head. Back here, it's like a thought behind the thought, behind the thought, behind the thought, behind the thought. You really have to be of a calm mind to hear it. So I'm wondering if, for what that looked like, V2K seemed like it was just in your head. So this is a lot of people that are saying, oh, I'm having telepathic contact with this race or this race or this race or whatever. It could very easily be a psyop. So just make a note of that. And Andrea, if you are watching, would you mind commenting about, does the V2K, where does that come in? How does it feel to get the V2K? I'm curious. Okay. This is going to be, I've tried to kind of shuffle through these pretty quickly, but this will be my last video. I'm sure you all are relieved. So this is talking about something that Elena Denon has referenced regarding the 9. So what she said, or what she's put forward, is that the 9 are like a step below source and they live outside of the universe. And this is the same group that Andrea Puharich, whatever, however you say it, was contacting. So I want to point this out because it's deceptive.
Plus an Astor and a DuPont and all these other names from American financial history. They're all in one room in Maine, in a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. And they're having a seance. And there's an Indian gentleman conducting the seance. And in the midst of the seance, he's causing things to materialize, what they call apports. So all of these threads materialize out of nowhere, one for each of the 9 people that are at this particular seance. Mm-hmm. And he's channeling a spiritual force. And the spiritual force says, we are 9, and you are 9. And you're going to be instrumental in controlling the fate of this planet in the future. That's what they're told.
Right.
And in case anybody doesn't believe me, Andrea Puharich, who was the chairman of this operation, he was the leader of this group that we're now calling the 9. He's published all of this. Mm-hmm. He's openly published the notes of this meeting and everything that was being said and everything that happened.
A lot of it was recorded on audio too.
And it was, yeah. You can download it. Mm-hmm. This is weird stuff, right? So this seance is being held not once, but several times. The one main seance was this one about the 9. And as it transpires, as we know more and more about the 9, we understand from whoever's channeling them that they're actually in a saucer in low Earth orbit. These are aliens of some kind, okay? And when Puharich brings Uri Geller over to the United States to be tested and everything else and all of this, Uri Geller claims also to be in contact with the 9. And he's the one who identifies them as, also being in a spacecraft of some kind in orbit around the Earth. So all of this is Andrea Puharich. He was very much involved in finding ways to weaponize telepathy, ESP, and the paranormal in service of the intelligence agencies.
Right.
He had actually given lectures on this at Edgewood Arsenal during the Korean War era, 52, 53, around the time he was doing this in Maine. He had, I think, a captain's rank in the Army. And he was really actively promoting using the paranormal essentially what we would call today remote viewing and that kind of stuff, teleportation, all of this, right? So he's a major figure in the sort of the New Age occult movement in the United States.
Okay. So that I found very interesting. Just because, I mean, obviously now I've realized that Elena Danan is complete bullshit, but what has always been the message has always been, and I do believe she's having contact. I don't think that's not, she's very, I'd say she's very psychic. I can tell she's psychic. Very, very psychic. But when she's getting all of these transmissions, she's never vetted who it is. So she's got entities claiming that they are just under source and are outside of the universe and time and space and blah, blah, blah. And they've chosen her to bring a message. And here she is bringing the message, not once thinking like, oh, maybe I'm not the most amazing thing that's ever happened. And I am just like everybody else. Yeah, this is a note to self and for everyone that any truly spiritual guide or teacher that comes to you is not going to be blowing smoke up your ass. You are, of course, you're amazing. We're all amazing, but nobody's more special than the next. And that's if you hear that from somebody, that's not true. I mean, we are all equal. We're all equal. We all have, maybe strengths with some things and weaknesses with other things, but it all balances somehow. So, just be careful for yourself out there. Things are heating up, I think. We've got this Iran war that seems heavy and up close. And there is an agenda that comes with that as far as ETs go and PSYOPs. So just be very clear on who you are. You are a source. You do not consent, and you are a sovereign being. So don't let anything pull you outside of that. So everyone, have a wonderful Thursday. I appreciate you tuning in. And feel free to reach out or comment or anything if there's something you want me to cover or something you want me to change or whatever it may be. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a great day and keep up, everyone.